Now today I'm going to be making a Spanish omelette, a tortilla de patatas. Now what we're going to do with this one is not make an authentic recipe. I've already done a couple of videos on YouTube, so go and check those out if you want the authentic one. Now what we're going to do is slightly different with this one, because when I put my first video out, you know, I do read all the comments, and a lot of the comments were that the potatoes and the onions are fried in lots of oil, and a lot of people didn't really like that, but they did fancy making a Spanish omelette. So what I've done is I've come up with a slightly healthier version. And what we're going to do is, instead of frying the onions and the potatoes in lots of oil, what we're going to do is microwave the potatoes just to get them nice and soft. And we're going to use, you know, fairly a small amount of oil really to make this. But the end result is delicious. So, you know, it's a nice healthy version and it tastes really good. So give this one a go. So for making the Spanish omelette, I'm just going to go through the ingredients I'm going to use. Now I've got my potatoes and the onion. Now I've kind of laid them in the pan there because that's a good way to gauge how much you can get in your frying pan. Now, in total, I've got about 2 pounds, that's roughly about a kilo, of potatoes. You can use any potato you like. I've got these ones which are white potatoes, so I'm going to use white potatoes, peel them, and I'm going to slice them up. Now with the onion, I'm going to use about half an onion, so you can use a bit more, but I thought I'd just use about half an onion. It kind of balances it quite nicely. Eggs. Now, I would say 5 or 6 eggs. I'm probably going to use 6 eggs for this recipe. You know, the pan is about the size of my hand if I sort of spread it out roughly. So 6 eggs, potatoes and onion. Apart from that, you need some salt. Now you do need to give it a good bit of seasoning, bring those flavours through. And I've got some olive oil. Now with the olive oil, the main thing is we're not going to be using lots of oil in this recipe. Just enough to fry off the onions and finish off the tortilla. So a little bit of olive oil, eggs, salt, onion, potatoes. Nice and simple recipe, but it's delicious. And it's really good served cold. So I've come over to the hob. We're going to get on with the cooking. Now I've got it all laid out, all prepared. I've got my potatoes peeled those, sliced them down, ready to go in the microwave. We've got the eggs, you know, 6 eggs, whisked them up so they're ready to go. And also half an onion chopped down nice and fine. Now pan wise, I'm going to use this non-stick frying pan. Try and use a non-stick frying pan because there's nothing worse than having a tortilla, a Spanish omelette that sticks to the bottom of the pan and it becomes a disaster. So non-stick frying pan, little bit of olive oil in, and we're going to start off by frying the onions. Now let's just switch the heat on. I've got it on fairly low. Now a little bit of olive oil. Obviously, you know, with the oil, do to the minimum if you can. Wait for that to warm up slightly and then we're going to add the onion in there. Just give those a little bit of a mix around, get them all in the oil, and so you really want to cook those 15 minutes, 20 minutes, low heat, and that will give a really nice flavour to the Spanish omelette. Now what I'm going to do in the meantime is get me potatoes. So let's just grab the potatoes. I've got my oil ready. Potatoes. Now you do want to put a little bit of olive oil on there. Again, we're trying to keep it healthy, so not too much. Mix those around, and if you can, add a little bit of salt, and it doesn't hurt to add a little bit to the onion as well. So mix those around. So what I'm going to do is pop those in the microwave. Just going to put those in the microwave. That's it. And I've got this sort of microwave lid, so pop that on top. Shut the door, and I'd say you want to give it 15-20 minutes. But every 5 minutes you want to turn the mixture over. Now I've microwaved the potato for about 20 minutes. Just about finished. Every 5 minutes we did toss it around. Mind it's hot. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Beautiful soft potato. And that is what you're looking for. Now, I've also got my onions, and I've been cooking those, I'll show you those, for about 20 minutes on a very low heat. So let's add those in there. Whoa. Look at that, delicious. A little bit caramelised, beautiful. So try and get as much of that onion as you can. Oh, look at that, lovely. Let's mix those around, mix them around. Let that cool down slightly, and what we're going to do is add the egg mixture. Now I've got a potato mixture, we've got egg. I've let it cool down slightly for about 5 or 10 minutes. So let's just pour that in there and mix this around. Get it all mixed up. Oh, lovely. And that is ready to go. So let's go over to the hob and get on and finish off this Spanish omelette. Now I'm going to switch it on. What I would say is fairly lowish. You know, you don't want to do it too quick. So let it warm up. Just use the oil that's in the pan, so it's not very much. And once it's warmed up, we're going to pour in the mixture. Now before I pour it in, I'm just going to show you that. Put a little bit of salt in there. And so you need to use enough seasoning, and just carefully pour that in there. Oh, beautiful. We've got a really good mixture of egg and potato there. So I'm going to spread it out a little bit. Whoa, yeah, look at that. Give the pan a shake. That's it. So now I've got all the mixture in the pan. Now I'm going to put a lid on mine because it does help for the egg to set. I would say you want to cook for about 5 to 7 minutes with the lid. Just let it set a little bit on top, and then we're going to flip it over. So leave the lid on, keep your cooking, nice low heat, 5 to 7 minutes. So I've been cooking on this side for about 7 minutes with the lid on. Now we're going to flip this over, and you've got to be careful at this point. Now let's just give it a shake. Yeah, that looks pretty solid. Put the lid on there, and I'm going to try and do this all in front of the camera, so be very quick. Hold the plate, make sure you've got a plate bigger than the pan, flip it over, look at that, lovely. That's kind of released. Look at that, that looks delicious. Now let's put that back in the pan there. Right, just ease it in, ease it in. Oh yeah, lovely. That looks like a tortilla. Beautiful. Kind of squash it down around the edges, bring it together. I'm going to leave that for 5 minutes or so, and when I feel it's hardened up enough all the way through, then we can serve it up. Now just serve mine up, and oh, look at this, look. That is nice and firm. Beautiful. Look at that. That is moist and delicious. Now when you've got a Spanish omelette, beautiful thing is some nice fresh bread. And I'm just going to cut that down the middle. Let's just open this up. Oh, look at this. Fresh bread, omelette, patata. You really can't go wrong. So let me just try this. Absolutely lovely. Stick of bread, patata. The next day, you got something wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful. Look at this, look. Beautiful tortilla. Nice healthy recipe. I hope you enjoy, and thanks for watching my videos, and I'll see you on the next one. The original Naked Chef. Oh, look at this. That is delicious. Absolutely delicious.